weekend. Just, is this almost like in the final month, kind of like maybe fresh starts not the right weekend, just a good place to go into that?
I think,
stretch?
yeah, we always segment kind of the seasons into thirds, and this is definitely the last third of the season. So you got your preseason, and you had your first half of the Big Ten, and you kind of see where you're at, see what your shot is. We still have an outside chance for the tournament, but it's gonna mean we have to have a really good second half here in the Big Ten, especially when we're playing. I think it's like 5 or 6 teams that are above us in the RPI. That becomes matches that are must-haves in this last rounds of play, especially in this coming week.
You mentioned before, it's like this last stretch, the committee kind of looks at that, maybe a little more emphasis. I mean, has that always been the case where maybe your final 10 kind of will make a difference when it comes to?
Yeah, definitely. I think historically you see that if that last 10 is of sub 500, even if your RPI is kind of in that kind of that bubble range, they're going to take a look at that last 10 a lot more carefully. And if you're 6-4, 7-3, 8-2, that definitely helps you a lot more than being sub 500 these last 10.
I guess to string some wins together, what have you liked about kind of what it's looked like to get those wins?
Yeah, it's just this last weekend, I think both these teams that we play in Maryland, Rutgers, are dangerous at home. They've proven that year in and year out, especially recently. Even as of a couple weeks ago, they both knocked off Minnesota the week before we showed up. And so when you got teams like that, they're feeling it at home and they're tough environments to play in. You got to come out, you got to scratch and claw your way as best you can. And I felt like we did that. I was really happy with play at times, and not happy sometimes too. But it's always going to happen that way, and it's matters where we can play well at the end of the game. So where we had seen maybe some hiccups at the end of sets previous weeks, we made some pretty big plays down the stretch. Especially in fifth set, we saw some really good serving runs from Brooke and Vanessa, and some really big swings in big moments. And so that's what you need at all times. But it's 3 sets by 2 points, and we were able to prevail in a couple good matches last weekend.
Fifth sets have been kind of a bugaboo a little bit. Just is there something different you saw this weekend? You got 2 of them.
Yeah, again, I think I just go back to we're hitting our serves better. It's an emphasis that we've always had here as a program, and I felt like we didn't have that much this season up until maybe about a couple weeks ago. And, Brooke switched to the jump serve, and Vanessa's a little bit more comfortable, and all servers are hitting a better ball right now, and it matters. It matters to get teams out of system, matters to get them off the net, and cause pressure, from that first contact. And so that's been the biggest thing that we've gone with. But I've also know that we've done a lot better job of handling the ball and put ourselves in position to take some pretty big swings and big moments.
How much value is there in looking back at that first match against Indiana when it comes to preparing for tomorrow?
Yeah, I think the first match wasn't our best, and Indiana's playing well. They're a good team this year, and they're an experienced group that's played together for a couple years now. And so whenever you have a team that's played together like that, you got to do something to kind of knock them off and knock them off balance. And they've been playing well though against good teams and taking care of business. So we really have to come out firing tomorrow, and we have to make sure we handle their serve. They're a very good serving team as well, and we have to be able to just kind of stem some of the runs that they may have, and we have to make some of our own.
In that match, Doug Barrow was keeping everything. It seemed like has she been kind of that steady for them?
Yeah, she's good. I've watched her film a bunch, and they've come before us in a couple matches that we've played, so we're able to see them quite a bit. And yeah, she's a really good defender and a really nice player.
3-game homestand against 3 of the closest Big Ten schools this upcoming week. What can you say about sort of an added sense of enthusiasm against these teams?
I think it's always the same for me. It's whoever steps on this court, it's an opponent in the Big Ten. And I think every team's good this year, and it doesn't matter what the name across the chest is. It's I think from 1 through 14, it's as deep as the conference has ever been, and any win that you can get in our conference is a big deal. And so we have to approach everyone as they come to us. And I think this week more than any, we kind of see some separation between each. We kind of go on this Wednesday, Saturday mix, and so we have a chance to prepare for one team at a time. And I think that can help a lot. We're just trying to play one opponent and really put all your attention on them, one match at a time.
We're halfway through the Big Ten campaign. Do you have some report card in terms of where the team is now, in terms of where you might have expected or wanted them to be at the beginning?
I think it's always tough to predict where your team's going to be until you actually start playing matches, and every team's going to be different in that regard. I always tell every team that I have is, we're always going to start at some base level, and the objective is to keep, building as the season goes along. And you're always going to want it to happen faster than it happens as a coach. But you meet your team where they're at, and they have to keep, their job is to keep moving along. And I feel like they've done that. We've gotten some players more healthy as the season has gone on, which sometimes is a rarity. Usually go the other way, and so it's been nice that we've been healthier. We've had a consistent lineup. We've been able to kind of figure some stuff out, like I said, from our serve and pass game, and so that's really helped us play better, these last couple of weeks.